Hey gang, Covert GG here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about some more EFT, but I'm really excited to do a reveal. So it's a really big announcement for our community, for the Scrub Nation as a whole. I think this is going to help a bunch of us start to be more efficient in Escape from Tarkov and manage a lot of the new things, a lot of the new features that the game has, and kind of keep a closer eye on all the happenings. Now, I must warn you, I was told I need to talk quickly, I need to be very concise, and so I guess too late on that, but I'm going to do my best, the best I can to explain everything and so that you can understand it at a high level. So the genesis of what we're calling Tarkov tools was, after point 12 release and we had all these new players coming in, there's a lot of questions about, hey, where do I need to go for this quest? And what keys do I need for this? And should I be hanging on to this item? And I mean, just think about when you've been in raid and you've thought, well, I think I've got 5 wires back in the stash and I've got 10 in my bag, but I don't know how many I needed for the hideout. And you're mid-raid and you have to start like Googling stuff and, you're like, well, I can't find it here, or, well, you know what? I'm just going to be on the safe side and I'm going to bring these out, right? And so you leave other valuable items behind. And so the thought process was, why don't we try to help new players out so that they can learn quicker, right? They can be more efficient. EFT can be an especially brutal game and very hardcore. And so we're just trying to make it as accessible as we can and help out wherever we can. Now, what you're about to see right now, this is phase 1. And so we do have plans for phase 2 and phase 3. And we'll kind of get into some of that information later in the video. And we'll do a little bit of a reveal of the overall direction for the product. But anyway, without further ado, let's scrub one out. All right, gang, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to explain this from left to right. So in the left-hand side, you're going to have your navigation menu, and you're going to have your login screen, or I'm sorry, your login button. And here we went with Twitch. So you can just actually click here and sign in with your Twitch account, easy peasy. I'm using my Covert bot account because my Covert GG account is like full of quests and all kinds of stuff, and I didn't think it was going to be as good for this example. So now here you have your TLDR. It kind of just explains really briefly what all the sections are and how they work. And this video is actually going to be appended to this. So you'll see that, and new users will be able to kind of get a quick little tutorial along the way. In the right-hand column, you're going to have pertinent information based on which tab you select. And towards the bottom, what you're going to see here is a Twitch embed. So we reached out to longtime friends, people that hang out on the channel and have been proven to be helpful in the past. We've got 4 part-time streamers and 3 full-time streamers here. They're all folks that are just working really hard on Twitch trying to figure things out, and they're all like have different levels of experience, but have all, like I said, proven to be helpful. Now, here you also will see a Discord icon. If you have any questions, any concerns, if you see a bug, or if you're just looking for people to play EFT with, you can click that link, jump in the Discord, and we've got a really, really nice group of folks that hang out there. Now, let's get right into item tracking. So item tracking is basically going to be all the relevant items in the game. And what does that mean? So essentially any item that is required for a task, for the hideout, or if it's been deemed as a high value item, right? It's an item that's going to get you a ton of money. So you can actually sort by tab here. You're going to have high market value per cell and high vendor value per cell. So all of these are broken down per cell so that all right, so if I bring this out, it's going to take 2 cubes, but it's going to net me 100 grand. So that's 50,000 rubles per cell, right? Which is important when you're trying to be an efficient looter and make sure that you're coming out with the best possible loot. Now, the other thing about this section is it's going to tell you what the vendor value for said item is, the market value for that item, and it's going to give you suggested areas where you can find some of these items. Now, they're not all there because a lot of this information is being generated by our broadcasters and by friends, of the community. So, but in this case, graphics cards, everybody knows any of the tech stores and Interchange are going to be really solid. Those are good spots that you can check out. Now, it also underneath is going to tell you what quest you need those items for, how many you need, and it's going to tell you how many you currently have. If you look at the hideout section, it'll tell you, all right, well, you're going to need these for the Bitcoin farm level 1, level 2, and level 3. And so you might say, man, I can't sell any of my graphics card. I got to hang on to every single one I need. So, you go in your stash and you see you've got one, right? And let's say you go into a raid and you find that you got another one. You're going to go ahead and click there and you're going to add that to your inventory or your stash. Now, again, this is the item level, but let's kind of like really dig in here, right? So task and hideout upgrades. Task and hideout upgrades are going to be active, inactive, complete, and all tasks, right? And so you can look these up by the trader. So let's say you want to look up proper. So now you type in proper and it's going to tell you all of his quests, right? Now, if you're online and you're with your boys and somebody says, man, like, hey, what quests do you have? Where do you need to go to finish some of your quests? And you take a look at this and say, well, I got to go customs, man, for 4 different quests. Do you mind going with me? Yeah, no problem. I'll help you. All right, excellent, man. Because BP Depot is one that I've done partially, but I got to survive in order to finish the quest. So, you think maybe you can shepherd me through that, right? And while I'm at it, I'll also knock out big customer. Maybe we can stop by and I can gain access to the closed room in the factory offices, right? So you kind of go through and you start planning out your raid, and you figure out where you should be going now and what you need to do. Now, like if I type on the hideout, I see, well, okay, illumination level 2 and med station 3. Like this one, I've got all the stuff. I need to turn this in and get this done, man. I didn't even notice I had this stuff. Holy cow. And I had it active. I didn't even realize it was in my stash. Now, you look at level 2 illumination, you say, well, I still got to get some wires and I got to get some light bulbs. I don't have any interchange quests right now, but maybe I should go interchange and just raid all the PCs there and just come out with as many wires as I can. And maybe I'll go to Goshen and pick up the remaining light bulbs that I need as well. And so you start to kind of shape out the direction you want to go to or go in. And eventually we're going to add a mission planner, and that's going to take things to another level with interactive maps that tell you the actual locations and show you where you need to go to get certain things. Now, the next tab here is going to be ammo chart. And so there was a lot of discussion internally about ammo, right? Ammo is such an important thing in EFT, especially as you go progressing, right? What kind of weapon do you want to use? What ammo is going to be the best on this map? Assuming that you're going to be facing these kinds of targets, this level of player, et cetera, et cetera. So what we did for phase 1 is we actually reached out to Rune Master. He created this chart and he posted it on Reddit, and we communicated with him and got permission to use his work. And obviously, we're giving him credit here, and you can actually click this and read his Reddit post, and you can communicate with him yourself. But this chart tells you what your overall best is per caliber. It tells you what the best budget is, and it's going to tell you the best for level 1 traders. As I had mentioned previously, Point 12 is bringing in a lot of new players, and they need as much help as they can get as quickly as possible. And so I think this chart does a really good job with that. And in the future, we're going to dig down and get deeper into these things as well. Speaking of the future, you got 2 other tabs here. Market Watch is a series of videos that I've been doing, and we're actually going to start to incorporate some machine learning into the data that's being entered into the system. And so you're going to get dynamic real-time information in terms of crafting options, their components, how much can you flip these items for, where should you be spending your time and resources. We also have Meme Kit Generator. If you've ever been to the channel, we do something called the Meme Machine. And this thing it's going to be a version of that. It'll basically tell you what you got to wear, what kind of weapon can you run, and what map can you go to. And so this is just something when you're kind of burnt out on questing, or you've been having a rough go of it, and you just want to do something funny and chill out. Or if you want to do it with your boys and everybody has to run the same kit, it's just something to get silly with. So you have that. And then finally, we have the About Tarkov Toolbox. This is a shout out to Battlestate Games, Rune Master for letting us use this chart, and then just a little blurb on each of the individuals that are working with us on this and helping us out and are going to help all of the new players that are going to be watching their Twitch streams in the corner and asking questions, right? Like we're all going to be helping and working together to introduce people to the game. Anyway, so that's the rundown on phase 1. Phase 2 and phase 3 are in the works already. We've already spoken with artists for the interactive maps, and we've selected our very first map, which is going to be woods, and from there, you know, the sky's the limit. That's Tarkov Tools. I hope you all get value out of that. We've already contracted an artist. We're going to have interactive maps that are going to revolve around Mission Planner, and they're going to tell you where you need to go and show you where you need to go to get certain things done. So the future is very bright. We're putting in a lot of hard work. We're working with really great people on this stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, just let us know. Stop by the Twitch channel if you have any questions or if you have any ideas on how you think this thing could be better. Thank you guys for everything, and good luck in your raids. Peace.